Thanks for joining us. We're going to be going through the integration between Microsoft Teams, Project, and Planner that Progility offers as part of its solution stack. As part of this, we'll go through a quick overview of some of the different use cases where this is a relevant solution. We'll give you a demonstration of the solution, talk through some of the unique use cases where it is and may not be a fit, talk through the prerequisites for the solution, and give you some contact information to get in touch with us. Really, the requirement here is to improve collaboration on projects. We've found a lot of large enterprises are using Project Online to do their project management, their resource management, their collaboration. They've also moved to a Teams-based environment to do a lot of their organizational collaboration. That includes sharing documents, setting up meetings, collaborating, doing instant messaging. Other organizations are also using Microsoft Planner more as a light touch collaborative tool to track work and tasks. What we found is where a lot of these enterprises are really looking to bring these pieces together. They go to project to manage their project management information. They go to teams to do collaboration and planner. Well, how do we bring all this together and unite it all within Office 365 and provide that visibility top down to that information and provide users with an easy to use user interface? So what we offer actually is a solution that integrates these different components. You'll see in the architecture here at the top, you have Microsoft Teams. And think of Microsoft Teams as the user interface or the collaborative layer that's going to provide access to information that's going on behind the scenes across your projects, programs, and resources. You'll see we've got different components. You've got posts, which are native to Teams. You've got files, issues, and risks, which are part of a standard Project Online environment. So if we follow that line down, you'll see those are actually stored in SharePoint Online as part of Project Online's enterprise project and portfolio management solution. So each project in Project Online has a matching SharePoint site. So what we're doing is we're surfacing that information for each project through Microsoft Teams to make it easier for users to access and upload their files and documents and deliverables, to track issues and risks and deliverables all in one place. From a scheduling perspective, enterprise project schedules are stored in Microsoft Project Online repository. These are all accessible, viewable, and updatable through the Teams user interface using this integration. A lot of organizations have used Microsoft Planner as a task management tool. So what we've provided here is the ability to actually take tasks you have in Microsoft Project and push them out to users in Planner. They can provide updates back to the project manager. Now, there are some caveats here and some limitations around that we're going to talk about, but this is another capability you can turn on. And finally, from a status reporting perspective, and a lot of clients are actually using Power BI to do trending and dashboards. We can surface this information again through Microsoft Teams. So think of Microsoft Teams as the modern user interface. Project is the application where we're tracking and storing all of our project management information and surfacing it up through Teams. And that's really what the integration is designed to achieve. Some of the key features of this integration, first and foremost, it's going to automatically create a Microsoft team when a project is initiated in Microsoft Project Online. So when we have a project in Project Online, that project name is going to carry over. It's going to create a team name. It's a matching one for one there. It's going to create different tabs for that project for schedule, documents, issues, risks, and planner plans as well. So it's going to really do this in an automated way so your project manager doesn't have to go and kludge this information together. They're going to be organizing their information through your governance process in Project Online, surfacing it through Teams in an automated way and in also a very organized way. Second thing it's going to do, it's going to align the security between Project Online and the team. So anybody that can access the project in Project Online can also access the team. Likewise, if I can't access the project, I can't access the team. So it brings those two components together and make sure you have security behind your projects. It's also going to provide Project Online as the single source of the truth, your enterprise repository and your data store for all of your projects so that that does not go away. So you don't have to worry about, modifying teams or building custom teams applications. We're going to be leveraging the best of what Project provides. Teams again provides that user interface or UI layer on top of it because most folks are very comfortable and familiar with Teams. They're using it day to day today. And finally, it does create a planner plan if you want this option for each project. And what this can be used for is not only action items and meeting minutes and things like that, but also it can synchronize tasks from your project schedule in Microsoft Project that your project manager is building over into a planner plan and get updates back and forth. It has that two-way integration. This is kind of a nice value-added feature. Now you'll notice there's a little asterisk next to that. We're going to talk about what that asterisk means after we do our demonstration here next. So let's show you some of the technologies. We're going to be in Office 365. We're going to hop over into Project. We're going to go into Project Online. So this is our Project Online homepage, our PWA homepage. Now what's going to happen at the first part of our process is we're going to go and we're going to initiate a new project in our system. And how we do that, we're going to go into submit new project request, and we may have different project request types or templates. We're going to select a simple project, and this can be applied to any type of project you might have. We're going to come down to the bottom and click next. Now we're going to put a request in for a specific project. And this is our project initiation or our intake mechanism in Project Online. In this case, we're going to be putting in a test project online project with a certain name. We're going to add a description. Maybe we're going to add a start date for that project, a priority, capture information such as project and program. So that's all standard information we would capture in project online upon project initiation. What we're going to do here is we're actually going to check yes when we say Microsoft Teams and Planner integration. Again, this is an add-on component that gets deployed when your project online system is deployed. We're going to go is we're going to click finish. And what that's going to do, it's actually going to generate a project in project online. And it's going to come up here and it's going to give us some project details. So you see that test project is now up here. We've got standard information we capture about a project, the project ID, which may be auto-generated, the name, the description, again, the start date and finish date. But now we have other information about cost and risk we may capture. Well, what's going on the back end, it's actually created some different tables, but it's also, if I leave this, it's actually creating a project schedule based off of a template. And that template is based off the type of project your initiation. It may have different stages, phases, or activities. And you can see for each one, we can start estimating the duration and the work and the start and the finish date. What we can also start doing is adding resources here. So we may start adding people like Todd and Sunny and Mike and Steve to our project as resources on a project task. But it's also added a couple of fields here. One is planner sync. So if we wanted to take this task, not every task in our project, but this task and sync it over into planner, then we can also map it over to different standard planner buckets we may be setting up to bring those tasks over. Really good use case is lighter touch tasks or agile tasks where we may not be tracking hours per day or hours per week and things like that. We just want to get a quick update started and progress done. But the Teams integration is going to be pulling all this information over. So when we create this project, it's also going to create it over in Teams with a matching set of information. You'll also see it's creating a SharePoint site for that project that's going to house all the documents, the issues, the risks, the deliverables, all the standard information or content on a project is going to be stored here. So if I come into the team site for this project, again, this is the SharePoint within Project Online. I'll see there's a list of risks and issues. I can create a risk or an issue. I can maybe add a document here. And maybe I want to create a new folder. This will be my requirements folder. Maybe my design folder will be here too, or this could be auto-created when we create that project. We're doing all the standard things we would do in Project Online. We're going to hop back to our project here. We've given it a minute or two. And what you'll see has happened is when we come over here into our email, it's going to notify us that we've now joined a Project Online team that's been created when the project was created. So it's actually automatically doing that. And then when I go into Teams, I'll come down here and you'll see it's also already set up the team for this project. It has the same name, Test Project Online Teams Project. And then when I go to the General tab, you'll see I have a series of tabs here. Now, one of those is for that schedule. So this would actually give us a view into the project schedule, the same one we had over in Microsoft Project and Project Online. So if we had the ability to actually come in here and edit it or view it, I would get all that capability here. So we're providing visibility into the project schedule. We've got the project document library or libraries, and you see those document libraries we created over in Project Online are now over here in Teams. And now we can go, same kind of functions, add a folder, add a document, upload information. Great way to keep those synchronized. One of the important things here is we are not using the native file menu, the file storage that's in Microsoft Teams. We're using the one in SharePoint Online because we want that to live on with the project when the team goes away. It will stay in the Project Online system for viewing later, learning lessons learned, audit and compliance requirements. But additionally, you'll see we have tabs for risks and issues. This is coming directly from that SharePoint site. It's automatically creating these. If I want to add a new risk, assign it to somebody, I can do all of that here in Teams. Maybe I'll say Mod Administrator is the owner, and I click Save. And then I've added a risk here through Microsoft Teams, which is really nice. Finally, you'll see we'll also pull over the planner plan. So wherever I would have grabbed any of those tasks or activities, I can always add activities such as maybe adding a new bucket or creating an administrative task, follow up status meeting with CFO. So it may be a task. Maybe I set a due date on this. And maybe I'll assign it to Todd Henry. So this is really great. And Planner is a great use case within a project management context for non WBS related tasks or assignments. But also I can start pulling those tasks over. You see the different tasks I created over in project. I can now pull over in Teams into Planner, and I can progress these, not started in progress done, add some action items and minutes and notes here too. So it's a nice integration between the two. It allows you to actually automatically create that team when the team is created, when the project is created in Project Online, and keep that data synchronized and up to date and control access to that. And that's really the benefit of having this integration. It creates standardization between project and teams. So you don't have people managing data in two different areas and two different systems. Finally, if I wanted to add other tabs, I could always go in and add another tab here. Maybe I have a status report in Power BI. I can click on that. I can start adding. So I can actually make that team unique, point to different workspaces, add different reports, things like that that I would want to do on a team that I would do in a project anyway. And that's really the beauty of the integration between the two products. So around the planner integration, we get a lot of questions around that. Well, what is the use case and limitations? Well, the first use case with the planner integration, I think the Teams one is pretty direct, is the PM wants to take tasks from a project schedule and push them over to an end user in Planner. That may be a use case where I want I want to have to get updates from my team members. I don't want them going into Project Online or updating a timesheet. Kind of simpler tasks. One of the limitations with this add-on is that planners updates naturally don't support actual hours, percent complete, any kind of time phasing of data. So if you had a project task and you had 8 hours, 8 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, Planner can only do started in progress done. It's not a project management tool, it's a collaboration tool. So as long as I'm willing to live with that limitation, I'm okay with this integration. The best use case for this is lighter touch or any kind of agile activities where you don't need that detailed update. You just need a team member to say started in progress done. More on a operations or marketing or maybe kind of lighter operational tasks you may have in IT where you're looking just for dates and high level status only, importantly. Planner integration is really good for what we call lower maturity organizations or lighter touch projects where you're just trying to get started and you're not trying to do actual hours and remaining hours and forecasts. You don't want to overwhelm your team members. It does not operate in an environment where you're doing timesheets or my task tracking in Project Online without putting some kind of rules and governance around it because it will come in and it will update your task progress. So again, is this component important to you? It may or may not be. Remembering that the project manager in each case controls what tasks get pushed and pulled versus PWA where we can set that up with a different hierarchy and different approvals. And remember that the planner integration here is comes with the Teams integration component we talk about. It can be turned on and turned off or hidden as needed. So you don't need to do the planner integration. The primary use case here is integrating Teams and Project Online for visibility, but planner integration can come in handy if you want to add that component into it. So what are the prerequisites for the solution? First of all, you have to have a well-planned, configured, deployed, and tested Project Online environment that's set up to reflect your requirements. Really important. It's not just a drop in and go solution because how you use this is going to impact your workflow, your business case, your use case, how you use Project Online today. You will also in Project Online need to have the enterprise resource pool set up with licensed users. So everybody who's using the solution will actually need to be a licensed user, just like they would in Project Online. You're just extending that functionality out to be used in Teams. So all users putting in any kind of update or viewing information need a license. Then the integration component of the Teams Project Planner solution gets implemented and tested in your environment. It actually gets deployed as something called an Azure Logic app that lives in your Office 365 environment that's going to talk to the different applications we're talking about here. So it's a pre-built integration component that then gets configured in your environment that's using Project Online, Microsoft Teams, and potentially Planner. These are some of the prerequisites that need to be in place. The best use case or deployment case in this is actually deploying it when you're deploying Project Online. You could certainly come in later. You just want to make sure it aligns with some of your key requirements. So if you'd like more information, including pricing on this or an implementation of Project Online, how can I get this into my environment and work with it? You can contact us. Info@peragility.com. We have a page on our website that describes this, and hopefully this video gave you a good overview of what's possible and what the capabilities are.